Alrighty, so for those of you out there who do not know Michael Chaves, aka Flamesword, he's a world champion in Halo, a streamer, a content creator, a fitness connoisseur, and more recently, a stock market guru. Mike, thanks for being a part of this edition of Game Night.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I like that
Yeah.
little stock guru at the end. I don't know where that came out of, but I appreciate it. I feel like everyone almost became a guru after
Yeah.
COVID. I mean, it was just a big dipper, and then oh, but yeah, man. Thanks for having me on.
Cool. We'll start you off with an easy one. What was the first video game you've ever picked up?
Probably one of the Marios on Super Nintendo. That's just literally the first thing that comes to my mind. And literally after that, the Donkey Kong world. Yeah, I'd have to say yeah, Mario. Super Mario, Super Nintendo.
What got you into the first person shooters and getting online and competing that way?
The first games I picked up was Halo 1, and when I picked up Halo 1, I pre-ordered Fable and Halo 2. And rest assured, I got Halo 1, I beat the campaign. I want to say like a week later, literally a week later is when Halo 2 came out, so I got Halo 1 late. It was the introduction of Xbox Live, literally an experience, a first of its kind, you know, just being connected with so many people all over the world with voice and multiplayer capabilities is what kind of pushed me to where I am today for sure, no question about it.
When did you start really, competing in Halo and starting to take it seriously as a potential career?
Gaming was definitely a little odd at the time for when I was growing up. I mean, I asked my parents if I could go to a video gaming competition, and they're like, "Are you crazy? You don't know who's out there. You don't know who's gonna try to take you." Just being parents, mom, dad, it's literally just a bunch of kids who probably are going to stay up for 3 days and not shower for the weekend and play video games. And it took a while, but finally once I was 18, there was, I think it was 2008 Meadowlands. And that is literally 15 minutes away. So Halo 2 is what developed it. Halo 3 was the first tournament that I was able to go to.
So, talking about Halo, we talked a little bit about the beginning of your career. Tell us a little bit about the teams you've played for, especially playing for people like Optic.
So teams, I've literally only played for 2 teams, if I'm not mistaken, my entire career. The one team I created, Status Quo. I started up in Halo 3, kind of been able to team with some iconic people within the scene. Nabo is one of my teammates that I won tournaments with. Salt, he is actually working on Halo Infinite with 343, and you got Ace, the Halo Global Champion. And then there was obviously Optic. I was able to create the first Halo team for Optic, which was super cool. I didn't think I was going to do initially. I initially thought I was just going there to coach the Call of Duty squad, and then the coaching thing kind of ended. Just kind of went into content, but then Hex allowed me to start up a team, and the first actual Optic team was myself, Ace, Snipe Down, and Pistola. So I mean, again, even more legends, right? He got Snipe Down, continuing his reign of dominance by switching over to Apex and being on one of the top teams, if not the top team. So I've been able to game with a lot of people that have all kind of spread out throughout the gaming scene, which is cool for me because this is like the game that created kind of all those people that came together.
What's one of your favorite memories that you've had playing video games and making a career out of this?
My favorite gaming memory probably has to be, it was like the last season of Halo 3, I want to say, right after it was ended. At the time, it was myself, Enable, Ace, and Assault. We just came off a second place finish in Halo 3. We got flown out by Red Bull to go to their studio and basically just hang out and tour LA at the time, and Enable was already sponsored by Red Bull, and they flew us out there to sponsor us all. I'll never forget this. This is probably going to be the memory that I always speak of every time. It started with the story of what it is to what we tweeted, and at that night when we all just went to one of our rooms and were just chilling, we all tweeted at the same time. We made it. That memory sticks to me the most because me being the oldest on the team at the time, it's still to those guys, it's been cool for me to see from a little older perspective everyone develop through different stages of their gaming careers, and just seeing them all flourish, just having that bond with that team that I had, to then even moving and seeing other people be able to create that bond, with Optic Gaming being one of them. So I think all overall, just me getting into competing to allow for everything that I have been able to, and that moment when we were all in California, in the LA area. It was incredible because it's like we worked so hard and we started finally seeing everything become what it is. Ooh,
Yeah.
we're going off right now.
Why don't you talk a little bit about being one of their first esport athletes and being one of the first people to get their own Red Bull can?
So here's the can. So I actually think a probably the first esports athlete on the can. You can't tell now that that's me because there's like no beard on it. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest things about this was that Optic was one of the biggest reasons that was able to do this. And at the time, they only wanted to put me on the can. I told them I was like, if I'm gonna do this, like we need Optic on the can as well. No, we can't put Optic on the can. So I got him to be. I got him to put the OG logo on my shirt right there on the cans as well. So it was nuts. It was a surreal situation. I was actually going in to renegotiate my contract at the time, and they were like, "Do you also want to be on 80 million cans of Red Bull?" And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be dope." But I thought it was like a hypothetical question and not a real question. And they're like, "Yeah, but like, do you really want to be on it?" It was like, "Wait, you guys aren't messing with me?" And surely enough, they weren't. And boom, we were able to get it done.
So now let's get into some of your other passions. I mean, one of the ones I watch the most, and I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with, is your fitness passion. Why don't you speak a little bit to that?
So fitness really became because of a health scare to me. Around like 21, 22, 23, I ended up getting an endoscopy and finding out that I had like this terrible form of GERD. Uh, it was like erosive gastrosis and esophagus-itis. Might have butchered the last word, but basically like I would eat food and I would feel stuffed after like a grain of rice, like something that would be super odd and like it didn't make sense that it could happen to me because I'm a big eater. It was a big health scare for me because I was kind of told that I was supposed to be getting a stomach tumor like in my 50s, and so I went into a total health nut, and that's really how all this began. And my biggest thing is dieting. I call it dieting, but it's just normal eating to me. Just eating the right way because you could enjoy so many foods. Um, and I think one of the biggest faults why people think they can is that when they want to eat, those great tasting foods, they all want to just a surplus amount of them instead of just taking a little bit of bites. So dieting became a huge thing for me because I was like, all right, I got to figure out what to put in my stomach properly because they're saying my stomach is damaged. And so after that, I got it going right. Started working out because the foods I was eating were allowing me to excel in my workouts. And from there, athletes still train even for sports that they're not, in huge physical contact or whatever, because it just helps your brain. Yeah, like for example, like doing cardio 3 times a week there's been studies shown of the brain activity that it does help promote um, or make more efficient. It's shown studies in workplaces with people working out 3 times a week with cardio and adding weights, and all of it just overall just helps elongate your life overall.
Your stock market adventures, obviously your gaming career, which is kind of the pedestal there, as well as the fitness and everything you've done through that. Which passion or job has taught you the most in life so far?
Gaming. That's how I said my greatest memory is that moment being with the squad saying we made it. Time tells all. Time really does tell all. And if you invest your time properly and you put in solid hours into things that you enjoy doing, you will get rewarded. And along the journey, you're going to get a lot of challenges. That's just life, I feel, in a sense. And in gaming, it's no different, right? And everything is just literally developed with time, and you got to be patient in everything and anything you do.
So, I mean, I know we're already going to be looking out for you once Halo comes out and looking into the pro scene. Anything you want to plug here or your socials, anything like that?
Definitely be on the lookout for streams on twitch.tv Flamesword. I'm going to be playing a lot of games leading up to Halo Infinite. Been playing as many games with advanced movement as possible. I'm super excited for Halo Infinite. I'm super excited for this controller to come out for people to try it. I did stop gaming for a while, but now with Infinite this close to it, the beard is back and just looking to game as much as possible.
We really appreciate it, and we appreciate you being on this edition of Game Night.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Catch you guys later.
Thanks.